Welcome back, everyone. This is Jaronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1.6, episode 43. Yay, up to 43, and boy, is this getting to be more and more fun. Okay, so, a couple of things. Turns out that the squid despawned over where they were, and I decided to just go ahead and build them a little tank here, and I left them there. I went and had dinner, and when I came, I put 5 squid in here. You can't use a name tag on a squid to stop it from despawning. That was kind of a disappointment. I got to figure out how to get around that. But I put 5 squid in here, and apparently, as long as you don't walk very far away, they will not despawn. As long as it does not, as long as you don't get too far away from them, they won't despawn. So I left myself standing here with the squid swimming around in my little fish tank that I made, and they made me just a couple of ink sacs. Just a couple of ink sacs. Not so many that you actually notice. 102 stacks. And I've already used some, by the way, so yay. Okay, lots of ink sacs. Don't think I have to worry about them for, say, ever. Anyway, so I did a little bit of Thaumcraft research into the apimancy, or magic bees. I unlocked several things, one of which, we already had this. Now we have the Essence of a Shallow Grave. This is just Mortis and Perdito. I've already went ahead and made some of these. Mortus is on Bones, which I have plenty of. Perdito is on Cobblestone, which I have plenty of, and we have plenty of Rotten Flesh as well. So then we take the normal magic frame and add the Essence of a Shallow Grave, which is exactly what we did previously when we made the Essence of Fickle Permanence. So we went ahead and made this last episode, and this is the same thing as a Soul Frame. So this is the same thing as a chocolate frame from Extra Bees. If you're familiar with Extra Bees, the chocolate frame is what causes your bees to die quickly. So that is wonderful. We went ahead and made some of those. I made a royal mess. I've cleaned the mess up, and ooh, I even remembered to fill that. Huh, what were the chances of that? Alright, so we're going to run out here real quick and see how things are going with the bees. I cycled them through a couple times. The one wound up getting me back to nowhere, so I just ditched it. And the other one I threw in here with the metabolic frames. And I have a Imperial Princess and 2 majestic drones. If that is a purebred Imperial Princess, then we are in business. Oh, yay, we are in business. Alright, so we've got Imperial, Majestic Imperial, Majestic Imperial. I don't really give a flying flip about Majestic Imperial. By the way, this is attached to an item duct. This chest is attached to an item duct, and that item duct is attached to a trash can. So this is essentially a void chest that works rather fast. So in here, I have the made necrotic frames and 6 more Essence of Shallow Graves that I can make more if I want to. And I also happen to have 2 Imperial drones that I made in the process of cycling these bees. You're no longer necessary, and neither are you. Alright, so I want to choose which one of these I want to be the mate for my Imperial Princess. So let's see, we're going to swap these back and forth. Yeah, we're wanting this one. Now, if you look in that, as I'm swapping them back and forth, you'll notice a couple things are changing. The lifespan is normal on this one. This one is shortened normal. And this one that is normal also has the effect of Beatific. Beatific, it gives you regen if you're close by. It's really not that big a thing, but since it's also on the one that has normal, we're going to go ahead and use this one. So this is our mate, and this one is trash. So we're going to throw it away. Alright, so now, since we have these, we can go ahead and put these in here. And I'm going to go ahead and take these metabolic frames out and put in the necrotic frames, and we will go ahead and let these cycle and die really quickly. It seems that depending on the lifespan of your bees, 3 necrotic frames can act like an Oblivion frame. It has the ability to actually kill them off in 1 lifespan tick. Now, with this being a normal life... Yep, see, the normal life, it didn't quite kill it in one tick, but it was pretty close. So we're going to wait just 1 second here, and it's going to kill it. With anything lower than normal, it would kill the bee in a single tick, and that's not a big deal. Realistically, it doesn't really matter. But when you're trying to kill them off quickly, it's nice to have the necrotic frames. Come on, anytime now. Okay, so now we have Imperial, 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 and because that was a purebred Imperial drone, Imperial princess and Imperial drone, we have Imperial, Imperial, and it will always be so. So we have that well done, and all of this looks to be the same. All of that's the same. Okay, so this is a solid, pure princess with no... see here, effect none, effect beatific. If that's the only difference between these two... Oh, here. Slowest, slow, beatific, beatific. You know, I really could care less. That is so irrelevant at this point. Okay, so that's fine. These guys can just do their thing. And as a matter of fact, I don't even care if they go slowly. I actually want them to just go ahead and continue to do their thing. And I will even give them some magic frames to hopefully have them create some better things, some stuff. Alright, so last episode I talked about setting up new bees. As you can see, I've got some infernal bees here. And the infernal bees are going to be going with me into the nether, and we're going to make some beehives in the nether. So let's see, I have 4 there. I should have 4 apiaries. I was prepping for the episode by getting this stuff together, and oh, I have 5. And now I have 5. Alright, so this is all good, and you know what, you can just go in here. Just for... Hey, wait a minute. This one's Imperial as well. I didn't realize I had other Imperials. Imperial, Imperial. Normal, normal, slower, slower, fast, 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 blah, 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 blah. Nothing, 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 nothing. Okay. So, these are irrelevant too. Whatever. So, they can go over here. Okay, no. The problem I'm going to have is once I go into the nether, I need to have things happening in the nether even if I'm not there. So I want to make a chunk loader so that I can have chunks loaded in the nether. Now, did I make any extra chunk loaders, or do I need to make one from scratch? There is an extra enchantment table, and that means that I should be able to go ahead, because you use the enchantment table to make a chunk loader. Chuck. I'm looking for Chuck. Have you seen him? Chunk loader. Okay, enchantment table, gold ingots, and an ender pearl. Excellent. No big deal at all. 5 of those. 1 of those, and go. Okay, so we're looking into Mistcraft, and since we're going to be playing with some Mistcraft stuff, we're going to go ahead and, oops, not that, this. We needed to make some ink, okay, because we need ink to be able to do things along this line. So we're going to go ahead and, ooh, wow. I gotta say, I didn't expect, ooh, what is that? Transvector interface. Oh, that's cool. I've forgotten about those. I think if we change this to ink, oh, if we put a space, that takes away the other side of things. There it is. Ink vial, Mistcraft. So this requires 2 ink sacs and a water bottle, and that's not a big deal either. So let's see, did I keep them in miscellaneous junk? I think I kept them in miscellaneous junk. No. Machine parts? Ah, there we go. Now, the only really big minus side to this is the fact, and it is a fact, that they don't let bottles of water stack. I don't know why. There's just, you know, never mind. It doesn't matter. I've had this argument way too many times to try to talk about it again now. Whoops. Alright, so we can just do this. And yet the bottles of ink stack. Figure that one out. I think 16 is the maximum of the stack, but let's get a couple more of these just for argument and see if it still stacks. Nope, 16 was. Alright, well, we'll just go ahead and make these real quick because I don't want non-stacking things clogging up my inventory. Alright, come here. Alright, so now that we have the ink bottles, we can put them in the ink mixer, like this, and that puts ink in the center here, which is great. That's exactly what we want to have happen. The other thing we're going to need is some paper, which we have plenty of. We can put this in the ink thingy, ink mixer, and now we can make link panels. Okay, so we're going to make 2 link panels. And then the link panels are basically the page that allows you to connect the book to a dimension. So we have the link panels, and now we're going to take leather, and we're going to add it to it like this, and it's going to make an unlinked linking book. Now, the unlinked linking book is what we're going to use to make it so that we can have quick transport back and forth. Now, I think I probably, well, for now, we'll just do it this way. We're going to have it take us to right here. Eventually, I will have a transport room, probably. So, basically, what you want to do is you take the unlinked linking book, put it in your hand, and right-click. Okay. Where you right-click is where the book will take you to. It will take you to this exact spot, facing this exact direction every single time. Okay? Now, this will only work going across dimensions. And I must emphasize that because you can only cross dimensions with an unlinked linking book. Now, you can actually make it so you can transport in the same dimension back and forth, but that will require it to be an intralinking linking book. Okay? To make an intralinking linking book, you take this ink and you take some gold dust, which is pulverized gold dust or crushed gold dust or macerated gold dust, just gold dust in whatever form, and you put that gold dust in the center here. Let's see, I should be able to do this real quick just for the sake of showing you guys, and since we're talking about it. Alrighty. You, pulverize me some gold. And hey, don't go anywhere. So we're actually going to make this just because I want to make it and show you guys how it's done. Again, this is just in process of doing other things while we're waiting for bees to function. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to take this, and we're going to literally right-click it into here so it takes one at a time. Okay, you can see it's starting to glow green, and it's, wow, it never did that little loopy thing that it just did. Anyway, my understanding was you put 5 of these in, and then while it was green, you want to click and take the link book out. And that should make, there it is, intralinking link panel. Okay, so I'm thinking that it's actually going to make something else because they actually made it so it looks like something else is happening during that. Before it would just turn green and fade in and out. They've added to that. I'll do some research into that for later, but for now, we're just going to leave this alone because I don't want to do something that I don't know what it is. Come here. Alright, so for now, we're just going to put this up here, and we're going to put this unknown mysterious thing that's going to drive me crazy eventually, because I don't know what it is. and put it away. Alright, so now we're going to make a couple of other things. We're going to make a book stand, and I think that is like this. Oh man, I got it backwards, don't I? Okay, well that's fine. We can still... There we go. Alright, so now what we want to do is we're going to go downstairs and transport ourselves to the Nether. I haven't decided on where I'm going to build my Nether house. I meant to do that between episodes, and I just realized as I'm starting off towards the Nether that I didn't do that. So in this case, we are just going to come outside. I will probably actually build it right here. I'll probably bring a filler and a bunch of cobblestone and just flatten this area out and make it into my house since I have this spawner right here. Making my, doing my whole wither skeleton. Oh, you really would, wouldn't you? Right, anyway, so that being the case, I'm going to have this linking book here, and I'm going to have it transport me, just for the fun of it, to right here facing this direction. Alright, so facing this direction, and right here, I right-clicked the unlinked linking book, and that put that there. So now I am going to put this book stand down here. Now you can look here, this is the linking book Nether, and that means it takes you to the Nether, and here's a linking book Overworld. So we're going to take the linking book Overworld, and we're going to right click it on the book stand. Now it's holding the book for us so that we can use it. So now if I right click on this, it shows us the book. Now if I want to take the book off of the book stand, I can click the book itself right here, and that will let me take it out and put it in my inventory, and then I can put it back. Now, no, why did it do that? Overworld. Okay, so to use the book, we click right here in the window, and poof! Here we are. We are now exactly where we wanted to be, exactly where I planned for us to be. So, yay, it works. Okay, so for now, we're going to put this book here, and we're going to put the Nether transport book with it. And now we can go, I want to go back to the Nether. Boink! Look, Nether! Alrighty, so, the... Do you mind? Didn't I just kill you guys? I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing it more than once. It's just... Ooh, didn't know there's two of you. Alright, so now, since we're here, we want to go ahead and set up our initial apiaries. After I throw these stupid stone swords off a cliff. Because nobody cares about them. Alright, so, we're going to put a chunk loader here to keep this area loaded. Just for the moment while we get the rest of this going. Now, let's see. That is one thing I did not research. When I place these apiaries down, I need to know what kind of flowers it requires, because I know it requires nether flowers of some sort. So the infernal bees. You know, I did them in my last... Well, actually, no, I didn't do them. I never got this far in my last season, series. It didn't wind up happening. So, let's see. Well, for now, we'll just put them out here. And, well, you know, for now, we'll just put them all right next to each other because there's no harm. So, let's see. We'll put those together, those together, those together, and this, and that. Okay. So, one thing you might want to make notice of right now is that as soon as I'm catching on fire, as soon as I put them in there, I started taking damage. And the reason for that is that these bees don't like us. They are nether bees, therefore they are real pains in the butt, really annoying, and they want to kill you instead of make stuff for you. So, where's my... Ah, there it is. Okay, so one of the things I want to do actually is to take away this flaming dirt so that I don't catch fire every time I step on it. Because I don't need to be on fire and being stung by my bees. That's just more annoying than it's worth. Alrighty, so now I won't catch fire even though my bees are still trying to kill me. Alright, so they are probably not running unless I just happen to be where there are flowers. No, see? Let's take that off of there. It says no flowers. Hive members are not finding the right flowers. Now, we are in a hellish climate, 200% temperature, with humidity of arid, so it's a very dry heat. But the point is that I don't have the right kind of flowers. I'll have to try to figure out which kind of flowers these are or try to remember. In the meantime, let's check the chunk loader and make sure from the lasers that it is loading this chunk. And yes, it is, no problem. So we will hide these lasers. Now, one of the other things I wanted to do while I was here, since I haven't been here in a while, is go down here and see how my battery is doing. Since we are using lava to power things now, we should be burning through lava pretty decently. And wow, we still have plenty of power left. So good. That's fine. We're making all the power we need. We could probably actually make the power that it's using to run that pump with the lava that that pump is pumping, and that would actually work. Why am I doing that? I've got this. Zing. Alrighty. Now, if I'm thinking maybe it's netherwort. No, it's not netherwort. Let's see. I tried netherwort once. I didn't think that was it. I remember it had to be some weird thing, and I wound up placing it behind a wall so I wouldn't have to look at it. You know, I just don't know. I don't remember. Oh well, I don't remember. So, now that we have this going, we need to address two other things in this episode, both of which are going to take time. The first of which is going to be that now that we are running... Look, we have royal jelly. Haha, nice. Okay, so now we are making royal jelly. So that is step one of what we need to be making. The other thing was to be making pollen. If you remember correctly, the alveary blocks require scented paneling. Scented paneling requires royal jelly, which we are now making, and pollen. Pollen is made from industrious bees. So now that we have bred Imperial bees, we need to breed industrious bees. Industrious bees are diligent plus unweary. Let's see, did I accidentally make any of these previously? There are unweary bees. I don't see any. Oh, there's a diligent. Alright, so let's pull these couple diligent out of here. And I think one of these hives is running unweary. And I would be wrong. Okay, so we have partial diligence. I can't imagine any of these will be pure. Or maybe they are. Diligent pure. Wow, diligent pure. Diligent pure. These are all pure? Oh, diligent noble. Okay. So, wow, that's actually pretty impressive considering. So, let's see. I'll probably do most of this breeding off camera just because it takes a really long time and it's a royal pain in the butt. But, so diligent plus unweary makes industrious. Diligent is common plus cultivated to get diligent. So, we have plenty of common, we have plenty of cultivated, so we can do that without any problems whatsoever. So that's the easy way to make the diligent. The unweary is diligent plus cultivated, makes unweary. So we make the diligent, get them going, then we take the diligent and add the cultivated back to them to make unweary, and then we take the diligent plus the unweary and we make the industrious. So that is how that's going to wind up going. Interesting. Well, that's all well and good. We can worry about that later. For now, we have this going. They are working wonderfully. And let's see. Man, I wish I could remember what those things were. Oh well. Let's see. Go, 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 go. You know, I keep thinking it's netherwort. Let me go and, just for the fun of this really quickly, I have soul sand, I have netherwort, I actually have tons of netherwort. If I can make these guys be working, let's just see. And then we'll come back upstairs and we will start into another piece. The second thing that I am having a hard time compensating for is the fact that I have princesses and queens that are disappearing. That is pretty well unacceptable. I can't have that happening. It makes it very difficult to maintain bees when you have princesses, which are incredibly important, disappearing at random. So we need to do something about that. Alright, you reset. Let me step back for a second so they'll stop stinging me. Oh, it is netherwort. Ha, I got it right. Sweet, okay, good. Stop stinging me. Urgh. No, I don't need the portal. See, it's okay. When I get to the point where we can do other stuff, then I'll stop doing that. When I actually build the house, which between this episode and the next episode, I will probably go ahead and build out my nether house. Or at least frame it up or something. You know, get something going, because this house took a little bit of time to build. That house is going to take some time to build as well. So, the problem I'm having is disappearing princesses. To stop disappearing princesses from happening, I'm going to go back to the old standard of making bees cycle, and that's going to be using buildcraft pipes and other buildcraft things. Okay, one of the things I need to make that happen is I need to make what's called a autarkic gate. Okay, the autarkic gate is made with an assembly table, a gate, a iron chipset, and a pulsating chipset, and that is wonderful. So what I need to do is make an assembly table, and that is going to be here. Okay, so we need a diamond gear, which is going to be expensive, obsidian, redstone, and diamond. The diamond gear is going to be a gold gear surrounded by diamonds. Gold gear is an iron gear surrounded by gold. Oh my god, this is going to take a long time. Okay. Diamond, iron, gold, cobble, and these sticks that I don't have. Wow, really? That's okay. Alright, so let's go with some gears. Alright, so now we should be able to put this up here, surround it by cobble, and get stone gears to iron gears to gold gears, and gold gears to, yeah right, I'm not actually going to use an entire stack, to a diamond gear. Alright, so the other thing we're going to need now is some obsidian. And yes, I have tons of obsidian. I'm going to show you how to easily get tons of obsidian since now I know how. What am I forgetting? Nope, that's it. Okay. With the Wand of Equal Trade, you can make so much obsidian. Okay, so anyway, now we have an assembly table. To run an assembly table, we need lasers. An assembly table doesn't actually do anything without the lasers that run with it. And we actually can make a bunch of these as well. I'm going to make 9 of them. That's a good number to be able to do what I want to do. Some might say it's excessive. You know, overkill is just enough kill. Technically speaking, I could really go overboard and make some amazingly overkill stuff. But, well, we're not going to get into that right now. We don't want to get into that right now, trust me. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to run some redstone power let's see. Let's bring it over here. This ain't gonna be pretty. Realistically, it would actually be better as a center point. Let's see. Instead, let's go. See, this is why this is the basement, because it doesn't have to be pretty. The whole point of the basement is it's not pretty. So, you know, and yet for some reason I still want to make the basement pretty. It doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Okay, so we already have this chest right here. So we're going to move the chest over just a little bit, and we're going to place my lasers here. The lasers can be directly above the assembly table. They can be to the side of the assembly table to a certain extent. They can shoot... Whoops. Wow, that's going to be... dang it. Get down here. I tend to like to put them over the top of it. However, there's actually another way that I can do this. And... No, I'm not going to. I really... Actually, the way I have it set up on my Unleashed server that I play on is actually a fairly cool way to do it, but I'm just not going to because that would be insane. It'd be really fun and awesome, but it'd be insane. Alright, so, now that we have this here, we want to have the chest right next to the assembly table because the assembly table ejects things to the closest inventory available, which is why I'm doing it this way. Alright, so there goes the lasers. There we go. They're all coming on. Depending on how many lasers you have determines how fast the progress bar fills, and the progress bar filling is a good thing. So 9 lasers makes it fill pretty decently. So that's how we're going to do that. Now, we want to add some things to this process to make it function and make a bunch of really good things that we're going to be very happy with. So right now we're making redstone chipsets, and we're going to add in all of this stuff. And let's see, yep, that'll do it. So we're going to have it make all of these things, and the only thing that it's not going to make at this point is a gate. The gate requires a redstone chipset to make. So, boom, now we have gates. Okay, so in between episodes, I'm going to let this run, and we should be able to make ourselves a bunch of autarkic gates, and then we're going to basically rework Honeycomb Hideout and put it into full automation mode. We're going to try to get some industrious bees going. I probably won't get that going before next episode. I'll start doing some breeding, but breeding tends to take a lot of time and effort and just general annoyance. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make some autarkic gates, we're going to make some buildcraft pipes, and we're going to hook these suckers up and make them run without losing me any princesses. So that's it for this episode. Give me a like if you like what I'm doing. Subscribe if you want to see what I'm going to do next. Or if you just want to follow along at some point or pick out episodes you want to see from time to time. But otherwise, help spread the gaming.